You said Follow Me to Africa is not just a book, but a political statement, a legacy, and much more than that. It is also a company you set up on your arrival in SA. Tell me more about that and what this company stands for.
The company stands for many things. It is actually, when you create a legacy, you want to make sure that that legacy goes into different directions.
Sure.
So it doesn't just stay in a book. Not everyone is reading the book. When you take it out as a company,
Yeah.
you create a space where you can utilize it
Sure.
differently, build in other visions,
Yeah.
and a company also brings together people.
Yeah.
Different set of people with different competencies and talents. So it's a bigger way of taking out that legacy.
Yes.
And the company stands for many things.
Yes.
So one of the things that I'm so passionate about in the company is the masterclass for first-time writers.
Okay.
So the Globuntu Masterclass is a class that you take in 4 levels, and that class takes you from just having that idea, and we all have these ideas in our head. We want to write a book one day. So when you get into that class, we take you from that idea into actually writing your book. So if you plan to write a book, the best course you should take is the Globuntu Masterclass for first-time writers. Should be available online, and we take you from having an idea into writing your book. Your book can be your masterpiece, especially when shit happens. When shit happens, one of the things that you do to claim your story in a way that transform your, what I call individual breakdown, into a collective breakthrough is to write a book. And writing my own book was so cleansing, it was so purifying, but at the same time vision giving. It kind of showed me the way forward. So writing a book is one of the things that you want to do. No one can write your story better than you will, and if you don't, no one may, and that is your legacy, and behind that legacy could be your big business.
Sure.
So I'm very passionate about the masterclass for first-time writers. So that is one of the visions that is in the company, Follow Me to Africa. The second vision is the travel experience.
Yeah.
People outside the world have different opinions of Africa and different perceptions of Africa.
Sure.
But how true and how current, how updated are these perceptions is a question that we need to ask.
Yeah.
So if you want to experience Africa from a different perspective, a brand new perspective, through the eyes of the new Africans who know what Africa today is really like, then you want to join our travel experience. It's available online. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Our travel experience. We currently have a team in Cape Town, and Cape Town is one of the most beautiful cities that I've ever seen in the world. Vienna, don't take this personally, but Cape Town is an awesome city.
Yeah.
So we have a team in Cape Town that will show you around the best places in Cape Town. You want to go through the Hard Bay, it's a phenomenal view out there. You want to go to wine tasting, you want to go to the Table Mountain, you want to visit some of the very, very historical places like the church where Desmond Tutu serves, or you want to go to Robben Island. All of this and much more is in Cape Town, and our team there is a very highly competent team. They are trained to be bodyguards. They are some of them have been soldiers. They so they have quite a lot of competence and experience to take you around the city in a perfect way. We're building the same team in Johannesburg and in Cape Town. And you Africans out there, we want to extend this into your countries. So you want to be part of our travel experience, just inbox us and tell us what are the historical sites in your country that you like to show people who come from abroad. And this package is very, very important for people of African origin who live abroad. You were born in America, you were born in Europe, you want to discover your heritage, your culture, your pride, your roots. This is the perfect package for you.
Your actual being. You can discover your being.
That's right.
Right?
That's very true.
That's what it's about.
And so that's the travel experience. The next one is, which is so passionate to me, are the events that we organized. We have a conference coming up, Immigrant and Entrepreneurship Awards.
Okay.
You want to join that? You want to join that?
Yes, absolutely.
You want to join that, the conference, Immigrant and Entrepreneurship Award. It's a fantastic conference. It's online. You can check about that. You can check out on that. And we love collaborative businesses. So we are collaborating, with mission statement.
Exactly.
We are going to Sharpeville. We are doing work for kids. And this is all under the umbrella of the Globuntu Fellowship.
Yes.
The fellowship is that program that is so dear to my heart because it goes out to the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
We want to use the experiences that we have acquired over the year, be it as a mother, as an African woman, as a global citizen, as a serial entrepreneur, or as someone who embodies this the Globuntu concept.
Yeah.
We want to take it out to the youth so they can build the vision. They should be there in 2030 when we all see this reality happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, and quite a lot of other good things are coming up. The website is there for you to visit www.followmetoafrica.co.za. There you find out much more about Follow Me to Africa, the company.
Now, how is this different from your diversity leadership company that you ran in Austria?
It's very different because it's not just an innovation, it's a complete new brand. Because the Follow Me to Africa offers packages that were not part of the diversity company in Austria. The company in Austria was basically there to train people on how to tap into the diverse resources and possibilities that people from different backgrounds bring. It was all about training corporates, it was about running conferences, it was about training individuals. And this, like you hear, Follow Me to Africa, has quite a diverse offer. So from the travel package up to the masterclass for first-time writers, it is all in there. So it's very diverse, it's different, and above all, we operate by the principles of Globuntu in Follow Me to Africa. So Globuntu was born in diversity leadership, and it graduated into the Follow Me to Africa company, and it's a fascinating concept.
Sure. And it's birthed many other things, eh?
Yes. Talking about many other things, there is this other program that we're starting. We have 4 steps. I've identified 4 steps that have helped me to move from my total breakdown into my collective breakthrough.
Okay.
Within just 8 months that I started this program.
Sure.
It's magnificent.
Yes,
so
yes.
it's one of the things that we're offering in the company. We train you when that shit happens,
Yes.
how to clean it up, move on, impact people with it, and earn money.
Yes.
So magic.
Absolutely. Very interesting is the masterclass. You say you have a masterclass for writers. Why do you have this?
The masterclass is specifically for first-time writers because I struggled to become a writer myself.
Yeah.
I always wanted to write as I was a kid, but I never gave myself that permission. I never thought that I had a story to tell. And my first book was written when I was 41.
41.
And since then, every year I write a book.
Yeah,
it's like, you get caught by the magic.
Sure.
So I know what it is to be a first-time writer. And also I know that Africa holds a lot of untold stories.
Oh, yes.
South Africa, with its past, has a lot of untold stories.
Absolutely.
Which, if we tell, could not just shed another light on Africa, but could heal the world. So that's why I'm so passionate about this masterclass for first-time writers that you take in 4 levels.
Yes,
Level
yes.
1 really helps you to know and understand yourself
Sure.
and the source of your story. Level 2, you claim ownership of your story. Gives you the structure on how to write your story.
Yeah.
What is the structure? What is the storyline? What is the conversation? How do I set up my characters?
Yes.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
And level 3 tells you, trains you to become your best storyteller. The best storyteller, it trains your voice, your body language to match with the telling of your story, and shows you different income streams that you can develop around your book. In level 4, we talk all about publishing. So what is the publishing option that you have to choose for your book?
Sure.
And which is the most profitable for you, and how do you go about that?
Yeah.
And in level 5, we take you to the market.
Oh,
we take you
yes.
big to the global market.
Yes.
That's when we do your first book launch, and that's when we open the market for you and really get you. That's where you feel the transformation, the second phase of the transformation. In the course of writing, the transformation already sets in. So the other one is, from level 5, you start impacting people. You see how many people you can impact by your breakdown and how much money you can earn from it.
Yes,
So that's the
yes.
package about masterclass for first-time writers.
Now, Diaspora Edition. What does this stand for?
When you write your book, you have to publish. And I know quite a lot of people struggle with publishing. I've seen quite a lot of people come to me and say, Beatrice, I've written a book back at that time, but it's never been published. Some of them have been rejected by so many publishers.
Yeah.
And so you just realize that the opinion of a publisher is just one.
Yeah.
So you spend months writing your story. You're so convinced. and a publisher comes and tells you it's not good enough, and you believe. So Diaspora Edition is an edition that I set out of the protest of a publishing house telling me what I should write in my story, in my book. And I said, come on, give me a break. I'm going to publish it by myself.
Sure.
So I did it, and in that Diaspora Edition, we've been publishing other books. We have 10 books already published.
Wow.
We have a couple of them lined up within the next days. So if you have a book that you have written, if you plan to write a book and you're looking to publish, come to Diaspora Edition, because that is where you are your authentic self. We take your story for what it is, and we take it to the market for what it is. And there are quite a lot of other benefits. So Diaspora Edition is to tell people we are serious about your story writing. We don't just want you to write. We want you to publish, because we want people to read your story.
And also, I mean, telling your story, writing your story is a way of taking out what is really inside of you. So, I mean, for example, to help even with the current challenges this country is facing, where people are trying to voice their opinion, and the only way they're doing it is through violent means at the moment, you know. So the idea is that even with your masterclass, you can help develop these people so they can be able to package this thing that's inside of them they are trying to get out, you know, as opposed to them reacting violently to things that they don't like.
If you have a story, react violently to your pen and your paper. Take your pen and your paper, come to our masterclass. Let's write that story. When you write your story, you can put in all your emotions in there. Don't take them out to the street. It may be destructive, and above all, it doesn't earn you the money. It doesn't create the impact. So put it in a book. You may help yourself. You will certainly help yourself. You will have somebody. So that's the most productive way of taking out that aggression. It liberates you when you write. It sets you free. It's healing. It's reconciling. It is much, much more. And you know, when talking about collective impact, once you set out to write your story, you set a whole chain free. You impact people on all the lines.
Yes.
You have to sit down to write. You use a laptop that someone produced,
Absolutely.
creating a market, a demand. When you use paper, when you print, a printing press is involved. Marketing is involved. So you see, you're already impacting a whole set of people.
Absolutely.
When you make that decision to write your story.
You can positively impact the economy. Absolutely. So you're the mastermind of Globuntu. And we understand this to be a mindset system, right?
Yes.
Interesting. Now, tell me more about that concept, whom it's for, and what makes this concept different from other business concepts?
Globuntu is a mindset. It is a mindset that comes in different forms. It stems from Africa, from the ancient philosophy of Ubuntu. How do you say it in Zulu? I'm still learning.
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
Oh, Ngimuntu.
Ngimuntu. Ngabantu.
I'll give you now.
Umuntu, Ngubuntu, Ngabantu.
Umuntu, Ngumuntu, Ngabantu.
That's it. A person is only a person through other people. Okay. So it's like the key. When you understand that concept, you know, you have to train your mind. You know, we were talking about 60,000 thoughts that we have in a day.
Yes.
If you can train your mind to have more than, to have like 1,000 more in a year. I'm not saying in a day, even though you can train that. If you can have that in a year, you're completely changed. So Globuntu is that thing that concept that helps you to reshape your mind. Because it makes you understand that philosophy that says, I am because you are. It's so simple. It's the simplest philosophy in the world, and yet the most intensive. If you understand that, you become who you are. A miserable person, a successful person, an aspiring person, a nagging person, a victim, a survivor, a hero, because of other people around you. You know how to manage your relationships. And I think Nelson Mandela understood that. He understood that when he comes out of prison after 27 years, he's going to need people around him to run the country in the way he wanted. He knew that he was just a piece in the whole system that has to function, a whole collective. That is what Ubuntu is all about. And the glow comes from my own personal global background. It taps into different concept of personal management and collective development or collective management. We have great elements of creative visualization. If you can name it, if you can see it clearly, the possibility that you can realize it is very high
Sure.
than if you just say, one day I'll write a book. Okay, it may never happen. But we take you from, show me your book. How does the color look like? How many pages do you want to write? When do you want to launch your book? We creatively visualize it in steps. So you see the doability of it. Okay, so the Globunto concept comes with a whole lot of creative visualization. And it comes with a lot of affirmations.
Yes.
You have to learn to reaffirm certain things to yourself. You have to learn to reaffirm that you're a positive being, that you have a role to play. And that in this I am because you are. You are the key player. Okay? So that is what the concept is all about. It comes with a whole lot of things. It even goes from recipes. You will laugh. But all the things that come into the Globunto suitcase, as we call it, the concept comes into a suitcase. And the metaphor is very simple. We all know suitcases. When you travel with a suitcase, you pack your stuff in. If you can't unpack your suitcase, you don't have a good stay. Okay? The older you are, the bigger your suitcase. The longer your travel is, the bigger your suitcase. So it's a very beautiful metaphor. Inside there is your life. We pack and unpack it. We sort it out and we pack it again for your next masterpiece. Okay? So that's that concept that comes in that suitcase. And the intention is to use it to transform minds. And everything is thought of inside. You're interested? You need to get a Globunto suitcase. You'll be surprised about what is inside. Everything that is inside have been tested. Tested on some companies in Europe, tested on some individuals in Africa. We're still working on the African corporate market, but you'll be surprised. And above all, I have tested it on my private company, the most challenging company in the world. My 2 kids. That's my most challenging company. I've tasted it works. I have tasted it on my transformational journey. It works fantastic. So I'm not giving you anything that I don't know about. I'm giving you things that I know. A journey that have worked, and I know where the loopholes are. When you are tired, I can give you my shoulders to stand on. When you feel weak, I can give you my hand to lift you up. So the Globunto mindset system is something that you want to look out for and invite into your life.
So now you mentioned Globunto for happy minds. Please tell us more about that concept.
We have been working with companies for a long time. And when you look into companies, they all focus on performance. It's all the focus on performance is all about produce more productivity, more activity, more, and people get tired. So when I look into corporate rooms in Europe, many people are tired. They burn out. They are frustrated. And that's the biggest disease is burnout. The question is why? Why are people burning out? Because we don't care much, we don't pay attention to their state of mind. You see someone like Mandela, I keep coming back to him because he's for me the icon of the concept of Ubuntu. He spent so much time in isolation on this beautiful island, locked up in a small cell. He came out. When you look at all his pictures, what do you see?
A smile.
A happy man. Because he came to terms with himself. So the question is, if he could, why can't we today? So the Globunto Academy for Happy Minds is a place where we focus on the happiness of people. Because I personally believe that if you're a happy leader, you lead happy teams. And your happy teams provide happy services. And if you provide happy services to your customers, they will come back. And you have your retention. When you retain people, you save a lot of money. You save a lot of money that you will spend on supervision, on training, on setting people on burnout, on replacement when people have to go for treatment. If you are a happy parent, you will bring up happy children. And these happy children will form happy citizens and will have a happy society. So this is why we're focusing very much on the happy minds. We want to get you to a space where you have a peace of mind and you're happy, because when you're happy, you're more productive, you're more effective. And that effectiveness is another kind of effectiveness, which is not pretentious. So we want you to be happy where you are. And the Academy is also a place where we strive to transform your individual breakdown into a collective breakthrough. What happened to you, bring it to us. We talk about it. We give you the 4 Globunto steps and show you how you can transform literally flip the coin and transform what seems like your tragedy, your individual tragedy, into a collective breakthrough.
Yeah.
One way is writing a book.
Sure.
And you see, when you start writing a book, remember the chain of people that you take along with you when you make the decision to write a book. That is just one part of it. So in the Global Academy for Happy Minds, we focus on your happiness. We are your happiness agenda. So click in if you want to know more.
Excellent. Wonderful. And the Globuntu Fellowship, you call this your legacy program.
Yes.
Now, what is it all about and who is it for?
The Globuntu Fellowship is my baby. It's my number 3 baby after the two boy and girl. It is, sometimes when people with a vision die, when they pass, people around who have been around them want to create a legacy for them. And they say, let's put a scholarship, Beatrice Achaleke scholarship. Let's do this. I said, no. I want to see my legacy while I'm here. I want to create it by myself. So the legacy is that program where we get young people into a program. It's annually 1-week program where we get young people together, give them the concept of Ubuntu, and we show them around their legacy. We give them content, we mentor them, we coach them to become best happy global citizens. So it will bring together young people from around the globe who are interested in knowing this. My very special target audience are young people of African descent, be it abroad, in the diaspora, or on the continent. So you're interested in the Globuntu Fellowship. That is my baby. There's quite a huge team that is expecting you. In the fellowship, you will leave transformed. You will be transformed. You will be blown away. You meet great people, great content, and a wonderful time. And we're taking the fellowship to Sharpeville.
Oh, yes.
Because, the apartheid story started in Sharpeville. That is a space where there's creativity, there's talent. Otherwise, they wouldn't have risen up. And we know what happened when they did. Okay? And that is a space that has been neglected. And I think taking the fellowship into that space, it's taking the Vision 2030 into that space. It's giving those kids the space to dream again, to be those, visionary citizens that their grandparents, great-grandparents once were. It is in their DNA. So we want to take it out there and give this kid every reason to dream, because the vision, the South African vision, the African vision, and the World Vision 2030 is in the hands of this kid. And today there should be no reason. There should be absolutely no reason why any kid, be it in Sharpeville, in South Africa, in Africa, or anywhere, cannot step into their fullest potential just because we don't give them the chance, just because they lack the mentorship. So this is what we're doing with the Globuntu Fellowship. It is going to be at home in Sharpeville, and Sharpeville is going to champion that fellowship. You want to join us there? You're in America, you're in Europe, you're in other parts of Africa. Do you know Sharpeville? Have you been there before? You need to come join the fellowship. Let's all move in there and create the future that we want to see.
Absolutely. Events and conferences are also components of the Follow Me to Africa company. What kinds of events do you organize, and how different are these from others? And also in the market from those that you ran in Europe?
They are very different because they are strictly guarded by the Globuntu concept. Okay, and some of the events we've talked about them, the conferences, we've talked about the master classes, we've talked about the breakthrough programs, but what we haven't talked about is our global agenda. The global agenda is our collaborations with our global partners, and this is a very, very exciting one. Our trip to New York. So one of the most exciting one is our global partnership with the US, Austria, and South Africa. So in September 2016, this is big. We are going to New York to launch the Globuntu Academy for Happy Minds and Follow Me to Africa. We're going to have great conferences out there. There are going to be some awards and some really, really powerful content. So it's going to be a global delegation. Watch out for the space. Watch out, watch out. Join us if you want to. You are heartily invited. The second one is The second event will be in Austria, March 2017. Could be April. So around that first phase of the year, we're taking our global event to Austria. And there are some really great things that are going to happen with our partner who focuses very much on using your brains. You know, he works on the brains. Car is amazing. You get more about this when we come to that event. I just want to give you a highlight. And in May 2017 is Africa Month.
Yes.
We will be in South Africa. I'm not saying much, but this is going to be a game-changing event. That's about our global partnership. And then we collaborate with other organizations. Miss Cameroon, South Africa.
Oh, yes.
It's my next baby. I'm
Oh,
CEO
yes.
of Miss Cameroon, Agent South Africa. And our first big event is happening in September. September is our first big event, and this is going to blow your mind. It's going to be an event like you've never seen before. It's going to bring personalities that you've probably never thought that they would join Miss Cameroon. But I don't want to say much again on this.
Yeah.
Go on the Miss Cameroon website to find out what is happening. It's going to be a phenomenal event. And, there's a new component to our Miss Cameroon event.
Okay.
Do you know that we're going to elect 2 pageants? Miss Cameroon South Africa as a Cameroonian living in South Africa, and we're going to have Miss South Africa Cameroon. That's a South African who knows so much about Cameroon that she can represent Cameroon.
From South Africa.
Okay, so what will happen is next year we take Miss South Africa Cameroon to Cameroon to tell people the South African story. Okay?
Interesting.
So there will be a delegation of business people accompanying Miss South Africa Cameroon to Cameroon, and Cameroonians will have the opportunity to know South Africa through Miss South Africa Cameroon. So it's something very new, extremely exciting.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get this on. And again, we're partnering with Sharpeville, with the vision statement, to really get this out. Because I think we Africans, we know very little about ourselves.
Each other, yeah.
We know very little about each other. Thank you. So taking Miss South Africa to Cameroon to show Cameroonians how South Africa will be something phenomenal.
Absolutely.
So you see, we are not renovating, we are creating. We are setting parts that have not been there before, because we are that generation upon which it falls to be great. And we're leaving no stone unturned.
True. True. And Follow Me to Africa Media, how is that different from the Diaspora edition?
The media, it's something that is still under construction. The idea is to create that media that shows Africa that no one is talking about, or that few people are talking about. It is about that Africa 2030 that for many seems too far away. It's about how we can start creating that 2030 from here. And it is about yours and my responsibility. It's not something that is going to happen. It's something that we have to collectively do. And people like Afro Diaspora, they're already on that journey. The African Business Radio is already on that journey. The mission statement is already on that journey. Follow Me to Africa. So our media part on that journey is just to take all these people along with us, collaborate with them. It's not creating something new. It's bundling those collaborations on the radio, on the TVs, on the programs that are being made, so that we can take out our own individual but also collective vision of Africa 2030.
Excellent. And for your diversity leadership and executive trainings in Europe, are you still into that in your Follow Me to Africa agenda?
It's definitely still part of the agenda. It's something that is in you. You just can't stop it. It's just that it comes this time packaged under the Globuntu concept, because that for me is something that has been missing in my diversity trainings. We all trained on diversity. We all talk, but for me there was no concept, and that's why I went on this journey to find a concept that we can use to train on how companies can tap into the talent of their people, diverse backgrounds, but also into different markets. So it's still the same thing, but this time more specific and very much packaged under the Globuntu mindset system.
Yeah, and you must have a very big team to run all these programs, eh?
Yes, I have a very big team.
How big is this team? And also, how can people get involved?
The team is very big. It's made up of my head, and my head is made up of the brain, and the brain has many cells. It's made up of my 2 hands, my shoulders, and the rest of me. You see, that's a big team
Yeah,
already.
yeah. Already we are many.
And also, sometimes having a big team means having the right partners that don't have to be in the company. So it just means identifying those partners, and this is what we're doing right now. Creating collaborations, meaning people are in their space where they can be number one. We all are number one in our spaces, but then we have that collective space where we meet in. So we build very much on collaborative businesses. Okay. People can get involved. We love to collaborate with people with great ideas, people who see the Africa that we see, people who see the vision, the Vision 2030. Listen, it's all also about your Vision 2030. What is your Vision 2030 of Africa? Is it a positive one? Where do you want to be? What role do you want to play? This is what we're talking about. If you have that vision, come to Follow Me to Africa. It's a movement, it is a company, it is a book, it's a mission statement, it's a legacy, it is much more. So you're free, you're warmly invited. All you need to do is drop us an email, Beatrice at followmetoafrica.co.za, or go to our website, www.followmetoafrica.co.za, or on Facebook, follow us on Facebook and drop us a note. We'll be most honored and happy to welcome you on board.
Now, where do you get all this energy from? Don't you ever get tired?
I do get tired, but I give myself the permission not to get tired. There are things that need to be done, and tired I will be when I get 6 feet low. And I'm tired forever. Until then, I train myself to get the things done that need to be done. And of course, there's some days that I really feel tired, so I just spend a day with myself. Spend a day with myself, not talking to anyone, not listening to any radio, not reading a book, just with myself. And that regenerates a whole lot. Sometimes meeting like-minded people and exchanging information has this power to, how do you say? It has a way,
re-energizing you?
a flow of energy. You know, it comes with a flow of energy that makes you feel like you can do everything. And when you have people that you look up to, like when I just need one Mandela quote and then I'm energized.
You filled.
I'm filled and I'm ready to go. Not meaning that it doesn't mean that I don't recognize the fact that I need to have a rest, but my body tells me when to have a rest. And it was a couple of days ago when the voice was gone, I understood that my body was telling me, you need to listen to me now. And I did for 2 days. And I'm good.
Now you all re-energize. The way forward. Beatrice, we have seen your big picture. It's really big. Covering it, it covers a wide range of many different activities, and you can't really be bored being Beatrice. What are the milestones for the next 24 months?
The next 24 months. So the first one is the New York. One of the big milestones is New York. It's around the corner in September. We have our global partnership. We're starting our global partnership in New York from the first week of September. And that will be online. We invite corporates. If you want to join us to be part of our delegation to New York, you're very welcome. Information is available. Our partners they, have information on their website, or go on followmetoafrica.co.za. You find out more information. That's milestone number 1. Milestone number 2, immediately after New York in September, is Miss Cameroon, South Africa. That is going to be a huge event. I think I mentioned that already.
Yes.
That's a milestone that I'm very excitedly looking forward to, because it's in my first position, my very first position in the pageant industry. Ooh, premiere. The next milestone comes thereafter. You know, our milestones are very close up to each other. It's a masterclass that I'm launching with a new partner, Darren August. It will happen in October. So all this information is on the website. And still in October, we have the conference. Immigrant and Entrepreneurship Conference and Award happens at the end of October. And in December, we have the Legacy. we have the Globuntu Fellowship. Sorry, in December we have the Globuntu Fellowship, and in between, so many things will be happening. And so milestones that come with the beginning of 2017 is Austria, the conference in Austria, and then of course in May we have the big event in South Africa. And in between, believe me, so many things will be happening.
Sure.
And just next week, before we even get to New York, we have Sharpeville. 16th of June is just a few days before. So people, this is a very, very hot space. This is a very energetic space full of activities. You will not be bored. We will challenge you. It's a space where we challenge each other, we challenge ourselves, because we see the need to move forward massively. And you are invited to be part of this.
And many people will probably be wondering if you work only in Africa, or are you still in the global space?
A global citizen like me knows that there is work to be done in every space.
Yeah.
So the Globuntu Academy is based in South Africa. Follow Me to Africa is based in South Africa. Our partners, we select them to be out in the world. And so we carry out our activities in the world. We do work in Europe, we do work in America, we do work in Africa, we do work in South Africa, and everywhere where you want us. You know, we're ready. The suitcase, the Globuntu suitcase is always packed, ready to move. And wherever there is work to be done, wherever the Globuntu mindset system is needed, wherever Follow Me to Africa is needed, travel experience, the Globuntu Fellowship, you name it all, we are always present. No distance is too far for us.
One can't help but get the sense of a lot of enthusiasm and passion that goes into when you speak about Globuntu. You keep talking about collaborative business. What is this?
A collaborative business, you know, it just comes from the philosophy, from the Ubuntu. I am because you are philosophy. You can only be a successful business person when you trade with others. Every business needs people. They can either be your team member, people that you work directly with, or your customers, your associate, your bankers, your suppliers. You know, it's all about that. And we focus very much on collaborative business in the sense that we say we don't have to do everything by ourselves. So we collaborate with people who offer the kind of things that we need, but which we can offer to get the things done. Okay, so if you're into Ubuntu, you just know that you can be successful alone. So the collaborative concept is that thing that stretches out and acknowledges what other people bring on the table, which we need in order to be complete. And we specifically and wholeheartedly build on this. So that's what the collaborative business concept is all about. So you don't have to be be employed in Follow Me to Africa in order to carry our vision. You may be in your country, you just see the vision and you want to partner with us, you want to buy into some of the concept that we have, you want to get a franchise. That's what collaborative business is all about for us.
Working together to achieve a common purpose.
That's very right.
We like that very much.